Welcome back to Daytime, everyone. Whether you've been working from home for years or you are new to the game, celebrity home decorator Shani Moran joins us now to help us create a chic space that we can all work out of. Hi, Shani.
Hello, how are you?
I am in need of your assistance right now because we're working from home. I've taken over the dining room. We all need some good advice. So what do you suggest for people who are maybe new to the game and are trying to navigate through all this?
So the first thing I'd say is trust your instincts, because you are your own style expert and nobody can take that away from you. So use your own instinct and skills to make the place and the space around you pleasant. We can always repurpose things at home, but always also use smaller decorative items to create an atmosphere, to change your mood, to use color.
What about functionality? How do we create something that looks nice but is super functional as well?
Of course, so we need to understand the balance between the two, but they don't contradict at all. On the contrary, you can always create a very clean looking space so you can work and you can feel that you can focus in it and you don't want to bombard it with a lot of items. But with that said, you can always put a bowl of lemons next to you. You can bring mirrors into the room and then open the whole space up. And I absolutely love that, by the way. It's inexpensive. It's just very easy to do. And you can always frame them and almost create like an art.
How do you feel about themes for rooms?
Personally, at Pillow Pops, which I co-founded, I am not afraid of color, and themes are something that we understand that we can exchange from time to time, so you don't get stuck with one thing. But with that said, bringing colors into the room, not being afraid of them, like a vibrant blue, which is a color of 2020, or exchanging it with golds, is just, you can really celebrate life and colors with just changing things around.
Is there any kind of color that you think actually boosts work performance and makes people want to work more?
That's a very good question. And I'd keep away from neutrals because I think some yellows really do the job. And also some reds, strong reds and intense colors, all across can really help with that to kind of pop up the energy in the room.
Now let's talk about how pillows can make a difference in a room.
Yes. So at Pillow Pops, we understand that sometimes the purchasing is accompanied by some anxieties, and that's why we pre-curated and we put a 5 set of pillows together. They match, but they are made from completely different patterns, different textures, and we kind of broken all the rules of home decor because we use linens mixed with velvet, mixed with chenilles, and even our fabrics themselves have a mixture in them. So we use, for example, chenilles on linens or velvet, cut velvet on linens, and it just brings so much richness and wealth into the room.
Yeah, it sounds very elegant. Now, I know you've had some pretty huge names, celebrity clientele. I noticed the names Gwen Stefani and Blake Shelton. Was that while they were together, or have you worked with them separately?
Separately for their different spaces, but not just them. There's so many of them, especially now during this pandemic. People sent me their videos of their homes, and I had to really just look at it and ship them pillows in order to just bring some zest into the room and some life, because a lot of people usually spend so much time outside of the home, and suddenly we're at home doing everything from home, and people are really investing into those spaces. And I appreciate that. I respect that. It's really an act of self-love.
Now, when I think about Gwen Stefani, I've seen her homes in Architectural Digest. I mean, she, I think, is a designer. Well, we know she is a designer in her own right. So what's it like for a designer to work with another designer who's pretty headstrong and knows exactly what they love?
I personally absolutely love working with creative people because I don't like to enforce my style on anyone. I like to really understand the needs of the person in front of me, see how they live, see their energy, and match to that rather. I think that people that know what they like are people that you could be inspired by.
What drives you crazy as a designer when you walk into a house and you see it and you go, oh, no, not again?
I think what drives me crazy, it's just people being afraid of change and people that are being afraid of color. I say just be free, open up yourself, and there's no limits, there's no boundaries.
Well, we are living in a world of gray and white right now. That seems to dominate most homes. So when you walk into a house that's just gray and white, How do you add some color without having to go full bore?
So we need to instantly warm up the space. So I think usually there's two problems. There's that, it's cold and very minimalistic. I say bring in yellows, bring in, I like recently, I like to use a lot of jades, olive greens and mustard yellows together in the same room. And it works fantastically. It's a nice combination. It's calming for the eye. I know that it sounds a bit much, but it's not. And then the other problem that sometimes I see is that smaller places are being kind of neglected and people don't even feel to sit around those spaces because it's so, the energy there is not right. So I bring a mirror in, I bring some color in, I change the furniture, the angles of things around, and suddenly people notice the family members actually use that space.
See, it's all about the way it makes you feel. You hate to see rooms that aren't used at all. So just add a few design elements and then suddenly people go there. Shani, great to talk to you. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you so much.
Gonna go get a
Have a lovely day, everybody.
lime pillow right now. Daytime, we'll be right back.